Counterpunch Boxing Talk. We're back with another one. All right, guys. Look, I hope you don't mind the quick little videos I put out. You know, I like to break down fights. I like to make a half-hour video, but I think it's healthy and good for a YouTube channel to keep the channel up to date and have a variety of videos. 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 1 hour, live in front of the camera, behind the camera, edited, not edited, raw. Just a good variety. And if you go back to my original kind of welcome to counterpunch boxing video, I told you guys I was going to do that. Right now, I have my phone in my hand, my headphones on, microphone to my chin, and I'm just kind of going through my boxing news, and I'm chatting with a bunch of different people, texting, calling, online, and right now a story that broke today or within the last day or so is a possible opponent for Canelo Alvarez. You're looking at the man right here. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., the son of the great Chavez Sr. All right. I mean, where do I start with this guy? Okay, they say the fight would be at a catch weight, obviously. We know Chavez, he's much bigger than Canelo. Right now, they're I've got details here I don't know if this is true or real, but it is a possibility. I mean, I believe it is a possibility. Because I got it off some pretty creditable websites and heard it through other channels and different people, so I think it is a possibility. And right now, Canelo needs an opponent, so, I don't think it's too far-fetched. But the catch weight, they're talking about 164-pound catch weight. Uh, I mean, wow. And looking at Chavez, 49, 2 and 1. Okay, he lost to Fonfara and then Sergio Martinez. I mean, he has two losses, okay? But he will be fighting that guy right there. Dad must be so proud. I mean, really, dude, pink underwear, come on. But anyway, uh yeah, that's the rumor. Now, look, back in the day, you got to think back when Canelo was fighting like, Centron and like older Shane Mosley. That would have been a pretty good fight. The Chavez fight and the Canelo fight, and this would definitely be a fan-friendly fight. They're talking about it would go down in Mexico if it did happen, and honestly, guys, I wouldn't complain. I wouldn't complain about the fight. I mean, look, put it this way: if you had a choice, would you rather Canelo Liam Smith or Canelo Chavez? You know, I'd go with Chavez, and and I've heard other guys say, well, he's too big, and you can see kind of the size difference right there in that picture. But 2009, Chavez fought at 154. I'm going to refresh your memory a little bit. 2009, Chavez fought at 154. Then 2010, 2014, 15, around that time, he went up to super middleweight, 168 pounds. Okay, and then moving on to 2015, went on up to light heavyweight, and you know, it went when it kind of went downhill from there. But yeah, I wouldn't be disappointed if they made the fight. I still think it's going to be Canelo and David Lemieux. And I'm going to make a video and tell you guys why I think that. You remember Lemieux pulled out of a fight. I want to say was that it wasn't the Canelo Kirkland. It was the Canelo Khan fight. David Lemieux was on the undercard, but before that, he pulled out of a fight, couldn't make weight. I mean, how convenient, right? Couldn't make weight, and then he shows up on the Canelo undercard. Both Canelo and Lemieux fight for Golden Boy promotion, Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy promotion. Um, Yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna get into that later. I spent about, I don't know, 3 or 4 days with Golden Boy Promotion, and Canelo Alvarez when they were here in Houston for the Kirkland fight. And during that time, I made a lot of friends. I was literally down there every day, morning to night, for like 4 days in a row. I went to all the press events. The meet and greet backstage, at the Hilton Hotel, at Minute Maid Park, right off of 59 in downtown Houston. The Hard Rock Cafe, went and had dinner with Golden Boy Promotion, and Joseph Diaz, Jojo Diaz, and then the big Chinese heavyweight. I can't think of his name, like T Sang or T Sang. I can't remember his name, but yeah, that guy is huge. I've got pictures, I can throw up later on. But anyway, enough of that. Like I said, back in the day when these two guys were younger, would have been a great fight, and I wouldn't be disappointed, if they made the fight. So, what do you guys think? Put your comments below. This video is kind of more for fun, but it could be true. You never know what you're going to get with Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotion. 2 years ago, could you have predicted Canelo Khan, or even Liam Smith? Who could have predicted that? So like you never know what you're going to get with these guys. Yeah, Canelo Alvarez, 48 1-1. We know that loss came from Floyd Mayweather, and actually, I thought that was the best fight, of Mayweather. Other than you can go back to the earlier years, back when he was Pretty Boy Floyd or whatever, and he looked, I liked his style of fighting a lot better back then. Uh, yeah, here we go. Here's a good picture. Now, the reason I'm showing you this picture is because I want to build up to something here. Okay, like I mentioned, Canelo, 48 1-1. The loss against Mayweather, which I just talked about, and then that draw. Well, a lot of people, they really, I've never really looked into that draw. It was actually Jorge Juarez. Okay, he is eight wins, 23 losses, and 3 draws. Okay, this guy right here, by the way, Dominic. Wow, let me butcher that real quick. Dominic British. I don't know. Maybe you can help me pronounce that in the comments section. 32 2-1. This is a guy right here that Chavez will be fighting next. So you got this fight here coming up, and then after that, like I said, they might put this fight together, they might not. But it is a possibility. It is a possibility. Okay, so anyway, getting back to Canelo's draw. You see right there, 2006 Saul Alvarez draw. Now, I can't find any footage on this fight, and I was hoping maybe you guys could. I'm wondering, like, what was it? Maybe a cut? How, like, maybe they went to the cards before the fourth round, and the fight, because like Kovalev even has a draw on his record, but it was because of an injury. The other guy couldn't continue, and it was kind of like they gave the other guy 1 round, gave Kovalev 1 round. But look at this. Bam, 23 losses. Bam. Damn. I was like, wow. I'm wondering, like, how and why did Canelo lose or have a draw with this guy? So I'm sure it's more of a technical thing. But I always say Canelo, 48 1-1, but I've never really looked into that draw. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and maybe if you guys can, tell me what's going on, because I can't find anything on the fight. I've looked it up in YouTube, looked it up on Google, found a few articles. Maybe it's the way my search engine is optimized. I don't know. But so yeah, what do you guys think about that? About a Canelo Chavez Jr. fight? He would be training with Freddie Roach. Hang on, let me adjust my mic. Yeah, he would be. He'd be training with Freddie Roach, is what I've heard. And the details that I'm giving you are the details that Canelo's team and Chavez and his team have put forth. They put forth or put out to the public. So, these aren't. I'm not just making this shit up here. So, they're already talking about a weight, 164 pounds. They want to fight. Probably on like one of the Mexican holidays, and we know Canelo, he couldn't make that December 10th fight date, so now he has three. Yeah, I want to say three in 2017. He's out with a thumb injury. He suffered a thumb injury during the Liam Smith fight, so he couldn't make that December 10th fight. And now we know Terrence Crawford and John Molina took over that December 10th fight date. But rolling over to the new year, 2017, Cinco de Mayo, and there's a couple other Mexican holidays that Canelo likes to fight on. You know, I mean, I think it'd be a great fight. You got Canelo Alvarez and Chavez. I mean, that's just like, kind of like the legend son versus the upcoming legend, because we know Canelo wants to be like, a big Mexican legend star. And hey, nothing wrong with that. I think he's going about it the wrong way, but nothing wrong about it. Now, another thing I kind of like about the fight, uh, Canelo has always looked up to Chavez Sr. And I actually met Chavez Sr. two times. I met him, well, like I said, I spent about 3 or 4 days with him in Houston, and then I met him for no a third, second, and third time. So I've met him three times, and the first time I met him, we were at the Canelo event, Canelo Kirkland, in 2015, and it was Eric Morales, Barrera, and Chavez Sr. And I mean, they all kind of snubbed Canelo. It was like you had Oscar De La Hoya, Canelo, and their whole crew to the left, and then Chavez and Barrera and Morales, and a bunch of other guys kind of to the right. Like they didn't interact, and it was kind of funny because you see this guy going back and forth, and it was Bernard Hopkins. He'd go talk to them on the right, go back over, talk to them to the left. But what I'm getting at here is Canelo, he's taken some criticism from Chavez Sr. Chavez, he even put out comments like about the Amir Khan fight. He didn't like that fight, and I kind of I admire that about Chavez Sr. that he can make his opinion public, and he's not afraid to do so. I like that. So there's kind of a little bit of bad blood, but the thing is, there's so much like respect between these two guys, between Canelo and Chavez Sr., that they're not going to have like this big beef or anything. But there's definitely a mutual respect. But Canelo, yeah, he even went on. Oh, what was it? I think it was I think that ESPN Deportes or whatever, he went on there and pretty much told Chavez Sr. and I forget who else was on the panel. He was like, hey, you guys need to show me respect. I'm a true Mexican warrior. I'll fight anyone, anytime, blah, blah, blah. And then this was right around the time that he won the belt from Cotto, and then he went on to vacate, instead of taking that Golovkin fight. So yeah, he kind of went on live TV and called out. They were sitting like right next to each other, and he kind of had a little attitude with Chavez, and he, to say, hey, you need to show me a little bit of respect. And I think, and I've heard comments too where Canelo kind of pointed out things in Chavez's career where he kind of did the same thing. But, to compare Chavez and Canelo is like comparing apples to oranges right now. Uh, but yeah, Canelo's getting up there, 48 1-1. Chavez, what does he have? I mean, he's like up in, man, like the 80s, I think. The upper 70s or 80s, and the guy's had a ton of fights. So, there's no comparison, not right now. But anyway, yeah, counterpunch boxing, Canelo, Chavez at a catchweight. What do you guys think? Yeah, leave your comments below. I'm putting out these quick videos just to kind of keep you guys up to date on the news, and and I know this isn't like breaking news or anything, but I like to see if you're interested in it. a lot of things we're going to put on the channel. I want to know if you guys have any interest in it. I thought about doing a daily kind of, and I mentioned this before, like a daily, uh, like a 7 a.m. report, like, the daily boxing news every day, maybe 8 o'clock in the morning, what's going to be there at 8 o'clock, that kind of thing. So, like you can go to Counterpunch Boxing, boom, you got your news, 8 o'clock, the headliners of the day, that kind of thing. Every time I see that damn picture right there. But all right, guys, hey, I'm having a great time with the YouTube channel. I do appreciate all the support. Please subscribe. Yeah, the feedback I'm getting is overwhelming, and I greatly appreciate it. And I believe our channel, and it's not my channel, this is our channel. Your input, your feedback, your comments kind of drive me. They motivate me. They keep me going. And and when you guys go away, I go away. So I greatly appreciate it. Leave your comments below. Counterpunch Boxing. Thank you for watching.